The imposter syndrome is so real, especially when you've never just experienced anything like that.
Yeah.
What am I jumping into? And mind you, I don't have any experience or real touch with someone of that status.
It was definitely a moment that I'll never be able to forget ever in my life.
And capturing those moments.
Sometimes it's about getting like the right angles and the right focus. Are we? Today episode is exactly that. It's about capturing the moments and getting the right angles in life, making the right maneuvers. Today's guest is obviously somebody who has mastered that and is continuing to grow in that aspect. Coming out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, going to high school such as Northwestern, graduating in 2020 from the University of South Carolina with a visual communications degree and along with journalism, this individual has taken off in a year. So much can happen in just a year. I mean, from doing photo shoots with LaMelo Ball, from doing things with John Morant and at his alma mater. She's been doing all kinds of things, from traveling the world, actually tapping into being a fashion model for a clothing brand called Believe Clothing Brand. So she has a thing that she's done in New York City. She's getting ready to open up and start her own masterclass as long as internships, something that you all could be a part of. But if there's anybody who's captured anything in a year and made the most of their time, it's our very next guest. So y'all stay tuned. We have a special individual today who's captured all the right moments. And I've gotten the good angles? Mm-hmm. Okay, we've got it. Before we get into this episode, I would like for you all to like, subscribe, and leave any comments. I greatly appreciate all those who are part of this fellowship and a part of this team and part of this journey with me and many other guests, where we discuss their journey towards their purpose, self-reflecting, so that we all can realize and have self-reflection within ourselves, that we may be able to be inspired and ultimately to remind ourselves we are not alone in our path to greatness. Oh, man. Once again, we have our special guest. Been dying to get you on here, man. You've been busy all over there, man. We have Miss Grace Sorrell on the vision today. Thank you for coming on Journey Podcast. Thank you. Hey, journey. So ultimately, man, it's been a journey, man. We met in the weirdest way.
No, we actually have the best story ever.
One of the best stories. It was like last year.
Around this time.
Was it this time last year?
Yeah.
It was definitely this time last year. Concert festival. Shout out to Shaq Diesel. We see you, Shaq. Appreciate
DJ
it.
Diesel.
The Diesel. We're on stage. Me and my friend, DJ Puff, we're on stage, and then we're like, this girl just stands out in this blue. Like, I mean, there's so many people, it's like thousands of people, and then like stand out in blue. He's like, yo, that's my friend. That's a homegirl. So then I'm like, who, that one over there? And I was like, oh, she's ugly. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, oh, he was like, no, that one in the blue. And I don't know, the real thing is, how did you get through that crowd? Like, you was at the barricade. If they wanted to mosh or storm the front, you would have been one of those people in the crowd. Like,
oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, it would have been so bad. I mean, I still almost busted my butt even getting over the railing, but they ended up getting security to come and help me get out of the pit.
Yeah.
And they're dragging me like over the railing. The next day, all of my legs are like covered in bruises. I'm like, that is too much. But it's fine, because at the end of the day, then I got to go on stage with Shaq. But yes, no, it was quite a time. I thought I was gonna bust my butt just trying to get over the railing in front of everybody.
I thought they did. I didn't know. He pointed. It's the power of those people is just like amazing. Like, it was like a chain of command. It was like, I asked him. He went clarified with the big guy. Big guy then pointed, looked at us, and I'm like, yeah, that one. I'm like, wow. And then they went and they came and grabbed you, and they were, yeah, get on. I'm like, no, kick her out. Like, we wanted to come hang out. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to come hang out. So that was crazy. I didn't know that they dragged you, like beat you, like.
Oh, they didn't beat me, but it was definitely a system. They knew what they were doing. It was very fast. They got me right over the railing, and immediately they had flashlights leading me up to the stage. It was not a problem after that. But the dragging over the railing, I thought that my foot was getting stuck. I was just gonna fall in front of everybody here in the front of the barricade, right here in front of Jack, right here in front of you. First interaction, I'm like falling on the ground. So funny.
Got up there. I was like, man, she almost got better angles than me, life of a photographer. I was like, man, we both up here. How did she get better angles? I'm looking at your story, what you post. I'm like, Well, damn. Like, was she scratching on the turntables too? Like, you was up there though. It was dope.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a moment that I'll never be able to forget ever in my life.
Seeing the people like that from that point of view, man, is just sickening.
Yeah, I can see why he loves the energy of a festival. It was my first time ever going to an EDM festival or anything like that ever in my life. So to let alone go there and then somehow end up on stage with Shaq was just surreal.
Yeah, that was almost like your name. That's so dope. Then we left. And then so in that ride we were headed back. We were gonna all hang out somewhere or whatnot after the event, but you was in the car. I didn't even know this song yet. Like I be so out of tune with music. Like don't fault me, man. Like I literally be out of tune with music sometimes. But you was in the car snapping on that Boss Man D'Lo song. And I looked and kind of felt bad to hit a number like this. Like, how do I not know this? It was like, how do you not know this? I'm like, yo, I'm so out of tune with music, man. You want to drop some bars on?
Oh, bar for bar, I can go anything for Bossman and D'Lo. I love Bossman and D'Lo, and that's like the energy was high. We had just left. Bossman was a perfect person to put on after the event because we needed to keep the energy right there after. I was on cloud nine, so.
I think it would be like even almost. I had a misconception of you because I was like, oh man, she's cool, she's cute, I know, pretty, all this, just chilling. And you was like, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like snapping and this and it's like this. I was like, she just snapped. Like, where did this come from? Started rapping. I said, dang, man. I was like, man, you're pretty dope, man. I thought that was pretty vibing of you, man. I guess you're capturing all those moments and these angles just comes with the territory.
Hey, you gotta be able to have a good vibe no matter where you are. So, we made the most out of the situation. And then my music was turned on, so I definitely was not gonna have a bad time then.
But you're normally not out as much. You may step every now and then, but I know because you're always busy, you're building a brand within yourself, and I definitely do respect that about yourself, the way that you carry yourself and things of that nature. So getting right into it, man. So growing up right here in South Carolina and growing up in Rock Hill, going to Northwestern, there's stories told by my producer slash, videographer, camera guy, man. He's my mentor. Shout out Jamar King, my boss, my mentor. Um, it was told that it was possibly that you knew that you wanted to be a photographer early, like dead early. You already knew what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I was like 16.
At 16? Okay. So that was like sophomore year or something like that?
Sophomore year of high school.
Our sources were correct.
Sources were correct.
Yeah. So tell me about that. Like what, as you grew up in the childhood, what was your childhood like prior? And was anything in your childhood kind of a resemblance of you knowing you was going to be a photographer?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, majority of the stuff that I'm shooting is all sports anyway.
Okay.
So growing up in the South, regardless, you're raised on college football, you're raised to be a fan, and I love the camaraderie of going to games. My mom was an alum of South Carolina as well, and so we had season tickets for football. So we would always come down here. I've been going to games since I was 9 or 10.
Yeah.
So just the energy, the level of excitement, and everything that comes around with being at a game, I already loved and enjoyed. All I needed was the thing to be able to help push me in there, let alone make a career out of it.
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree,
Absolutely.
man.
So yeah, I had no clue that this was going to end up being the way that it was going to become. Especially when I started, I thought it was just all going to be a hobby. I was swimming at the time. I swam for 10 years of my life.
Okay.
I stopped swimming when I graduated high school, but I swam all 4 years.
You still swim?
Oh. Can I say? We can race
I
if you want to.
I need swimming lessons, man.
Oh,
like
so
I can swim.
Gotcha.
I can swim, but I still don't know how to float.
Well then that's first step. We'll do floating first, and then we'll get you trained up, and then I'll still beat you. So it's okay.
I don't know. I can race swim.
Okay.
I can race swim.
Okay.
I can race.
Well, you can violently get through the water for sure.
I've gotten better. I've self-taught myself a lot of different things. So I got to make sure that it's not too much splash. That you're kind of breaking the water without all the splash. It's just,
we'll get you a dive in too. You're gonna know everything.
Okay.
You'll be great. So that was majority of my focus whenever I was in high school. I thought that that's what I was gonna end up doing. I thought I was gonna go swim. My sophomore year, my Spanish teacher at the time had always seen me on my phone during class. And he came up to me one day and was like, would you want to go and run the social media for our men's soccer team? I'm like, that sounds fun. He's like, well, you're always on your phone. I was like,
really?
I was like,
so
I guess
he
I
was
can.
sarcasm, but he took it into a whole nother opportunity.
What? It changed my life. And he knows it too.
Yeah.
He absolutely knows it. You know it.
Yeah.
And he he really, sat me down and was like, this could be something that you could be good at. And so I met with the soccer team. Mind you, I did not know anything.
Yeah. For you to get to where you were going, like, what was that behind the scenes like after school? You know, if somebody's
Yeah.
watching that's around your age.
I mean, I was very fortunate enough to be able to learn a lot of the stuff when it comes to media while I was in school. We
Okay.
had a building that was connected to all, or a department that was connected to all the major public high schools in Rock Hill, but it was a course centered or career centered classes that they offered to students, like welding or
Okay.
cosmetology and
Yeah.
media. And so you could go through and be able to do like a completer course and basically learn all the things from start to finish. And
Okay.
so my dad enrolled me in one of those classes when I was in high school already. So I'd already gotten a little taste of it just by taking the class randomly.
Okay.
I had the first day of that class, and my dad will tell you this, I sat down the first day in like a computer lab. It was a graphic design class, and I was the only girl.
Okay.
If there was a girl, it was like on the other side of the classroom, and she definitely wasn't talking to
So
me.
you weren't scared to be.
Oh no, I was scared. I called my dad as soon as I left the class, and I said, "Get me out of this class immediately. I'm never gonna do anything with this computer. So why do I need to be in the class now?" And I was so ready to get out of that class. Like I was just like, this is gonna be nothing important. I don't know why I even need to be here, and literally look at my life. So thank goodness I did take that class. But they were really able to teach me the fundamental stuff of the software, which is pretty much universal with Adobe. Pretty much industry standard too. A majority of people use that stuff to go and utter their photos and videos. So I was being able to be exposed to it, get a feel for it when I was in high school, when I was 16 and 17. So before I even got to college, I was able to go and learn about these things that I still use every single day to day. But instead of, majority of my peers being able to actually get those, first just touches and experiences, opening up the software on their own was when they were in college.
Gotcha.
So being able to have that behind the scenes, and also COVID played a big factor into me really learning and trying and failing, and there's nothing else better to do, and YouTube became my best friend, and I would just go around and do my hardest to go and make experiences. And I was offering like either free or like $5 graphics on Snapchat to be able to just get content because I was so bored and didn't know what to do. And I can't go out and shoot because you can't be around other people. And so I had to find a way to do something. And so being able to go and like have that time to just like touch into the graphic design field and get a feel for it, see if I like it. Oh my gosh, like that was, I mean, that has nothing to even do with me shooting content. That was just me behind a computer bored because I needed to go and do something when it was COVID.
It's like, I'm listening, it's like, what? Like, where's that click of like, maybe it's the energy, it's like the boredom aspect turns you into making it a work.
My life.
Yeah, like you're putting in the homework because you're bored, instead of like finding something to numb you down. You chose to use that energy to elevate you.
Absolutely.
Like a lot of people are not doing that. I mean, I don't think you understand how like surreal it is, because most of the individuals that's doing the things behind the scenes here, things in your life, to one of my buddies and my bestie, Alex Ramos, the things that they're doing behind the scenes that you all are doing, most people are not doing, or normal people, I would say, or people who love their craft, right? Like what do you say to that? Like when you're bored, like how do you help these kids, or how anybody who wants to do something that they're passionate about? Like, what is it, like the writer blog? Like, how do you?
I think that it's really important to be in touch with what you feel. If you feel like you lean to something or gravitate to something, especially in high school, this is me specifically talking about me in high school and wanting to be passionate about wanting to get into something. Because you could ask me this 2 years ago when I'm in college, and I could give you a different answer.
Yeah.
But to be able to be just a person and an individual that is in touch with how they feel and what makes them excited, what gives them that passion, that fire to be able to go and pour into something that they want to go do. And that's not just with media or your career. It could be in a hobby or your family. Like if you know what is your driving purpose? Why would you not want to pour more energy into that, regardless of what it is? For me, it was my craft. My craft is where I was able to go and let loose and be wild and be creative and have an opportunity to connect and meet with people. And I think that's such a big part of it, is being able to, tell people's stories, hear people's stories, just like you do as well. So, just having that creator mindset, that's what I wanted to, feed into. So if it was me on my off time, getting to sit on YouTube and make a snack, and there's nothing else better to do in COVID, why not I not go and have a good time? Or, if there's something that just, sparks my interest in the smallest way, why would I not want to just go and, teach myself, learn something new today?
Oh man, that's a lot. It's impactful, man, and some of us missed that opportunity. I know I have sure missed a fair bit of my opportunities, but I got to a point where in that open space, all right, to being ready for moments. We're going into the next aspect of things where, like, you already kind of know your niche. You're doing these things with the soccer team. You're doing Adobe. You've learned a lot of these things through COVID. So you graduate. Did you already know? Obviously, you already knew you was going to South Carolina. What field of study was that? I know it was visual communications and journalism. Was there a reason for journalism? What
Yeah,
that goes hands in hand, or does it? I don't
so
know.
I was underneath the journalism school. My major was visual communications. They don't
Okay.
have or offer a photography major, which I'm really glad they don't, because within the visual communications major, you hit photo, you hit video, graphic design, app design. So you're getting a touch and feel with everything, and being able to have, be a creator and have all of that in my pocket, regardless of, if the client books me for photo, video, or anything, I'm able to have that experience and be confident in everything.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'd rather do photo more than anything else, but I would definitely be able to, 100% be able to do anything for a client. I'd rather have that experience and be happy and confident with what I can give them back than not, tell them I can't do it.
Yeah, yeah. So you're in school and you come here. I mean, were you just as focused and determined in the beginning of your college career? Or did that kind of hit a shift? What was that? What was that?
So my transition of going to high school to college is quite interesting. Obviously, my ambition was at an all-time high.
Yeah.
So excited to come to school here. By my senior year of high school, I was covering all the sports at my high school. It wasn't just soccer. Soccer was a sophomore year. Junior year, I was just now starting to cover basketball. Our basketball team was pretty good. But my senior year, we won the region. So, like, we were getting good, but at the same time, it was also, like, the dormant, like, hierarchy. So there really wasn't much that we could do in high school basketball there. But it allowed me to be able to go and experience and be around other high schools and programs other than just my own, and other teams. It wasn't just soccer anymore. I was doing football and basketball.
When you did that, I hate to cut you off on that, but like, what was that like? Did you just like, yo, I want to go and do photography for the basketball team? Like, after the soccer team, like how does one follow up with that? Going back to the teachers? Did you have to learn? Okay.
Well, the basketball coach and I were very close. I had him already as a teacher before and absolutely loved him. So the first coach I actually was able to work under was someone that was so supportive of just my dreams and aspirations, and is still someone who is always checking in on me and telling me how proud he is of me, and being able to transition into that. His son now plays basketball, so I've taken photos of him and his son, or he was helping coach his team, his AAU team. So just being able to like have those memories and relationships, and I'm sure him seeing me now and doing everything that I've been able to do just off of giving me the chance to be able to go and cover his basketball team. He didn't know what he's getting himself into. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, let alone I didn't know if that was going to be the sport that was going to end up being so much of my time, so much of my world today. Like, I'm literally around basketball every single day, whether it be a conversation, a phone call, actually a photo shoot, you name it, going to a game. I'm literally just in the basketball world in full capacity. You name it, I'm in. And so I had no clue I really didn't grow up on basketball at all either. Like, this was a new love thing. I grew up on college football, the Carolina Panthers, like being from the Charlotte area.
Are you a Carolina Panthers fan? Why are you looking at me like I'm wrong for asking that silly question?
We're not talking about now. You have to understand that you have to stay loyal to your
Jake
roots.
Delhomme era, Steve Smith era, Cam Newton's era.
Super Cam.
Okay.
I'm never hating on Cam Newton. You don't even understand the man, the aura that he had in Charlotte.
Yeah.
I see him
I seen him in the games, and I was like, He's not human.
He knows what he's doing.
It's like a robot.
No one could even touch him for the time that he was in Charlotte. He was untouchable. I mean, he was Cam Newton.
That's the Cam.
He was.
Cam was.
We have to give credit where credit's due.
You definitely.
And Cam Newton definitely deserves that. Yeah. Let's not take anybody's shine, because that is the only shine the Panthers have ever had. So I'm definitely not gonna let us not have this moment right now.
There's still Steve Smith.
I mean, they had Greg Olsen. They had Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly was my little crush.
He was GOAT too.
Oh, I know. They were all GOATs in my opinion. Yeah. But we had our fun run, and now I'm just, supporting our Panthers. We had Xavier there. Yeah. We got JC there. So we got people to go and support. But yeah, no, we're definitely, so not the best of team NFL team.
So you're doing all that. You're getting that motion going on. You're tapping in different sports through that aspect. So what is so? I'm just finding it like so dope that you're getting all this opportunity and access. And it's like what I'm thinking about is people in high school of some sort, where they're afraid to do some of these things. But yeah, so going back to the train of thought, it's like what I'm finding hard to believe is the concept of like, wow, like these opportunities, and I'm thinking about high schoolers. Like at this present moment, I'm like, man, in high school, how would I've handled that? Like the boldness, the confidence, the willingness, them coming to you. Obviously, you're getting good at your craft, and you're getting these opportunities, and you're taking advantage of the opportunity. So what I'm just trying to get is like share it to like the young crowd. Like what was the little niches or the nuances that you did to get those opportunities?
Yeah, it was just really not being afraid. If there was something that I thought could be tangible, why not try? The worst thing that anyone could possibly say to me without me, obviously being upset is just no. They can't do that for me. They can't allow me or offer me that position or that opportunity. That's okay. Yeah. I can guarantee you there's like 6 or 7 other opportunities elsewhere. So no reason to, give up all your hopes if something ends up being a no. You got to be persistent in it. I was very ambitious and had eyes to the stars, and I just thought that I could be able to accomplish all. But with that mindset, I was able to go and accomplish a lot of things before I was even 20 years old. But that's only because I just wanted to be able to do it and have the energy and be persistent enough to know that I could. And once I got one, then I knew I could. Once you have the immediate reassurance of completing one thing or just being able to have one conversation with somebody that you look up to, or you admire their drive, or you admire their craft and what they do for a living, having those experiences and being able to just feed off of it, regardless of whatever it is, taking it on your own, absolutely. Then I knew that I could be able to go to reach out to anybody. I was a senior in high school, sitting there on my laptop in class, going and looking through the staff of the Charlotte Hornets, who was on their directory staff, and this was just, all their coaches, etc. But they also have a media team there. Yeah. I shot an email over to the graphic design guy and was like, hey, I'm a high school senior. I'm really interested in possibly making this a full-time career, but I don't know. Is this a hobby? Is this something I really should go and do with my time? Within 20, 30 minutes, I got an email back saying, sure, absolutely, we'd love to have a conversation with you. Why don't you come to a game and experience that and see what it's like to actually be and work in this profession seriously? So I had the opportunity to go and actually work and cover an NBA game at 17. That, and people ask me like that was that
Believe clothing line. They see that Believe clothing line. That favor.
Believe. You gotta hope. You gotta know and trust in yourself and the power that you possess. When you know what you're supposed to do with your time and in your life and your purpose.
Ooh, purpose. We're on that journey.
On that purpose. Yeah. Then you could really touch into yourself. I mean, I know for a fact that I've only changed and grown and matured for the better, and wins and losses, now that I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. And I can confidently say that 100 trillion% that this is the path that I was definitely supposed to go down.
Man, it's a lot of people are out here trying to find their inner selves and their beings, but miss it all the time. And the fact that you kind of found it is a representation of exactly what we're all looking for in life when you're finding your purpose, right? When you're identifying your purpose and who you are, it gives you so much more clarity and a sense of direction of what you want to do. And when you start enjoying it, then you're not wasting that time and energy, because we're not promised tomorrow, right? So you're definitely on that aspect, man. So you're getting these opportunities, man. We're getting into you're in college. you're navigating, you're utilizing. I've seen some clips with you doing Javion Clowney that everybody knows him from the hit at Michigan. Seen you getting, so you're on the field. So with your field of study, did that give you access to those games and to that, right? What that, so because, okay, so go into that real quick.
Yeah, no, I mean, being at the school, they give you opportunities as the
Gotcha.
students to be able to go and cover in different aspects. There was a school newspaper who I also work with.
Okay.
I work with some different like outlets or Gamecock news resources, and they would go and get credentials to be able to go and cover sports. I actually used to work for the university too for a semester.
Okay.
And then after that, I was able to go, and because when my time there, I was only allowed to do stuff within the university. I wasn't allowed to do other things.
Gotcha.
So as a freelancer, I was able to go and cover everything, like high school things, other colleges, NBA, etc.
Yeah.
So
What NBA game? Or was it Charlotte?
This is by my freshman year of college is when I met LaMelo.
Okay.
I worked with LaMelo for 5 years now, this whole time that he's been in Charlotte. So I was, very fortunate enough to meet him when I was just 18 and
He's
a
been in
freshman.
Charlotte for 5 years already?
Yeah.
God almighty.
I know.
We need some good seasons out of LaMelo, man. Like, man,
LaMelo's having himself a great run this year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he got snubbed for All-Star, but it's okay.
Oh yeah, he got snubbed.
He's a phenomenal athlete, and really someone who helped my career. I think a lot of people know me because of my work with LaMelo for the years that I was around, and it was a big commitment for me to go and make the jump of being a full-time college student and also being under contract with an NBA player that doesn't even live in your state. So I was having to get ready before class, have all my things ready in my car to then immediately leave class and go straight to Charlotte. Usually in like rush hour traffic too is when I'm getting up to Charlotte. So it's Columbia to Charlotte's about an hour and a half, but with traffic we're looking at two and a half. And this would be an every week thing, almost every single day thing towards like the start of basketball season. So imagine juggling a full-time college schedule also with exams and stuff at the same time that primetime basketball is as well, and stacking them on top of each other. And he doesn't even live in my state.
And you're just traveling and gas money and
absolutely. I'm not even 20 years old. It's insane. What am I jumping into? And mind you, I don't have any experience or real touch with someone of that status, an NBA player, let alone like
what is that like? Like, I mean, you're already doing a lot. Like most people, when they're getting out of college, they're going to hang out with their friends or having some drinks or chilling, relaxing, Netflixing and chilling or watching and sleeping or whatever the case is. They're definitely not getting out of class, rushing to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours, going to do a photo shoot. He's probably a little particular because he wants certain things and then he's looking for your opinion. Then you got to come back.
Yeah. And then I have class the next day. I have homework to do that night. I'm sitting there in Charlotte, in downtown at 11:30 before that 11:59 deadline is submitted. And I'm sitting there doing my homework after getting home from the NBA game.
Yeah.
And I'm going to these nice dinners and I'm around these people. The imposter syndrome is so real, especially when you've never just experienced anything like that. But now that I've been fortunate enough to be in situation in rooms where I'm around a lot of high status people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a product of the work. At the end of the day, they're the same person as me and you. They just were very passionate about whatever made them successful, right?
Yeah.
Why can't that be the same thing with me?
Why can't I be the same?
There's a reason why I'm in this room at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So here I am. I might as well take full opportunity with it. And I'm working my butt off.
Yeah.
Same way that they are within their own thing.
Capturing those moments, man. Utilizing those angles, man, and taking advantage of those opportunities to the best of your ability, is ultimately something I thrive on. You know what I'm saying? The same thing. I always say, give me 90 seconds. If we can't do 90, give me 30 seconds. And I will send a pack a punch on you or some sort. But it's to hear the drive and the effort and the ethic that you're putting in within yourself is really a testament to your character. And that's pretty dope. So you going into that, what is it like working? So before we get into that, like you graduated college, what was something that you could share, what was something that you took advantage of in college and what was something that you didn't take advantage of in college?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of my time when I was in school was dedicated to my job. Like you said, majority of the people my age were going out and having a good time or hanging out with their friends, a sorority group, whoever, just within their own means. I'm looking to go to the next basketball tournament in whatever city, or driving up to Charlotte to go and work with LaMelo, or doing something here locally in Columbia, or working for one of these girl groups or what. Like I was just so accustomed to having my schedule full of things at work school.
Yeah.
And having my weekends busy of me not even being necessarily in Columbia. But by my senior year, I was really able to think about what I would be doing with my time as a student, because I'm not going to be a student any other time. There's no other time I'm going to be this young, this time in my life, being around the people that I am, let alone my peers.
Yeah.
So being able to lean off the people that were exactly my same age, also passionate within the media world with whatever they wanted to do and whatever line. My line is, I mean, if I'm focusing on sports, which I mean, I've covered pretty much everything else other than sports, with that being my main focus. There are people that have their main focuses on weddings or portraits, or they want to do videography or design. And that's their craft, and that's what they love. So being able to feed off of the other people that are in the same boat as me, dealing with the same classes. My senior year was so special. There was only 30 something people in my graduating group in my major. So I knew everybody. You get to be around these people and their stories and what they did while they were in school or before school.
Yeah.
And their own, I mean, it was incredible. Being able to lean off of them is something that I'm so glad that I did while I was in college.
Man, it's crazy because like I'm big in the Bible. Like I enjoy studying it, and reading about it. I kind of it's so funny because a lot of people like listen to somebody else talk about these scriptures or take it out of context. But like I'm into discipleship and learning the Bible from a perspective of that wasn't taught to me. And some of the things you allude to are in the Bible. Like it talks about what fellowship do you have with one of another. It was being contextual as far as like these individuals to these individuals, like what fellowship do you have? There's no fellowship, right? And he was referred to darkness and light, sinners and those who are not sinners, those who are trying to change and not trying to change. And he was making a reference point in that scriptural context. Just, you are who you associate with. As much as we don't want to say that, but you are to some degree. I think when you're around individuals, they're either everybody comes in your life for a reason. I think they're either going to exploit the dark wolf in you or the light wolf in you. So you can meet somebody that can do something and they don't lead you to your photography or your passion. They lead you to the other aspect that maybe that's in you. Like you probably do want to party and do some things and have some times where you don't want to do editing and color grading and things of that nature. And you've probably been hit with a lot of different individuals to try to distract you. But your humility aspect or your awareness, I want to attribute to, kept you focused on the goal. Hell, I've hung out with you and I know at a moment like, hey, I'm gone. Got things to do, this, and that. And in the moment, it looked like you're going to have a good time. Like you are having a good time. Most people in the midst of good time get washed away in the good time and put everything on the back burner. Not you. Not you at all. You having a good time and like a light bulb and a switch, like it's over with. Over with. So, I definitely want to attribute that. And that was pretty hard though. That was pretty hard. But so you're hanging out with you having a group of friends and you're having this aspect of a community that's helping to support and kind of remind you of that. And I think that's very important. Having people around you, right? To hold you accountable, right? Were your friends yes friends or were they like real friends?
Oh, they were real friends. I mean, you go through different friend groups in colleges, but I definitely was able to finish out with some girls and guys too that they definitely hold me to a standard and know that they would want this for me. And even if I don't see it clearly now, know they're doing this because they know inevitably I will see that that is actually what I need to be doing. And sometimes it's hard. We're all stubborn. I'm still young. And there's definitely been things that have kept me distracted, and I'm definitely not perfect, but staying accustomed to your core, you know what your ambitions are and you know what your purpose is. And so my purpose was to pour into the career that I was building, the people that I was around, and now I'm in a situation where not only do I know for a fact that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm actually able to help others pursue these dreams as well. Underneath me, I can help be a catalyst for people that didn't think that they could do that, let alone women
in this space, I mean, that's a dream come true. I mean, I've only been graduated now for a year. Since then, I've been able to go back and speak at my own university. I've been able to go back and get an intern and get her college credit, let alone by this next upcoming week, I'll have my second intern. Hopefully within, the start of the new semester in the fall, I'll be able to have actually somebody on my full-time staff and be able to have work, opportunities for students across the country. I actually had my first international person reach out for the application based out of China. So we're going around the world.
Yeah.
We are finally in a place.
She is, hey, y'all hear it, man. She is taking over, man. She is really locked in, is focused and trying to get all the networking going on, man. Like, look, listen to it. Like, she is really trying to put on, we're all talking about supporting the community and people want to chase these visions and dreams, and you're in the midst of it. You don't have to work so hard. She's already putting in the groundwork. Just go and join a team, sign up, go to the page, and you right there in the access in the book. So, that's major that you're trying to do something to give back to the community and that you're making yourself available in that way, man. So let's get into that fun part of things. Like, what's it like doing your first rap photo shoot with Rick Ross, Moneybagg? I mean, you like talk about it. Like, you're doing photo shoots with Rick Ross, Moneybagg. You know what I'm saying? They gave you that opportunity. LaMelo having that connection obviously opens up doors for other opportunities. And I do like the Scooby-Doo thing. Shout out to the Scooby-Doo concept. They used to call me Scooby-Doo in high school.
Oh, really?
No, middle school. Yeah, because my nose is big. So I grew into it. So when I was younger, my nose maybe stood up a little bit. But I used to have girls tell me, when you get older, it'll grow into it. Yeah, imagine being told that. All right, so we'll eat that, right? So then we'll eat that. When you're young, you don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
I used to hate my height. I used to absolutely be like, oh my gosh, I hate being the tallest girl in the room. Now I love it.
Oh, exactly.
Now I love it.
I don't, yeah, this is Amazon. But like I said, when we're young, and this is to most kids in the world, like when you're young, you're still developing, you're still figuring out who you are. Your parents don't even know fully who you are or who you're gonna be.
You don't know.
You don't, you know what I'm saying? So, stay encouraged, stay motivated. And I know it's not easy in today's world with social media and everything like that, but if you really just stay focused on what you want to do and understand the noise gonna come, I look at it like this. If you're getting noise and criticism at this point in your life and at your age, then ultimately you're being prepared to be able to deal with the scrutiny of fame, right? Or the fame or the influence that you'll have on other people. So staying focused on that and understanding, turning that negative into a positive, understanding that if people are knocking you in your fifth grade, sixth, seventh, and eighth grade, stay encouraged and motivated because you're being prepared to be able to carry a weight that others are not going to be able to do later in your life if you can weather that storm. So just stay encouraged in that. But yeah, so shout out to LaMelo Ball with the Scooby-Doo truck. But, now they call me Scrappy Doo or Scrap now, but, progression. But it stimulated from or originated from, my nose and my homeboy being light skinned and he was Shaggy, I was Scooby. Yeah, picking on us back in those days, you know what I'm saying? Kids, man. I should have beat them all up, but I couldn't. That's like, so going with that, man, I covered that all. What is it like being around the celebrities, like with that exposure? And
it's crazy. I mean, they just live a completely different world than what I do. Like you think about just the way that you act or your day to day.
Yeah.
Seeing it from a completely different perspective from somebody that like has everything lined up for them regardless of whatever it is. I mean, their life's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, going and showing up to a photo shoot. I was in LA for the Rick Ross and Moneybagg photo shoot and just seeing the way this isn't their first rodeo. They've done music videos before. They've seen people on set. I'm just sitting here like, oh my gosh, like I'm literally doing a music video right now in LA. Like this is crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is insane. Like I can't even believe when I'm like seeing these people. I'm like, man, like this is what they do. Like this is how they show their craft.
Are they directing you anything, or you just kind of doing your thing? Or
it depends on like the client. Some of them are very intentional and they want things to be a certain way. Some of them just want me to have creative ability.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not even them. I'm dealing with a manager or a producer, so it's not even necessarily like their input is even really put in there at all. But for the most part, I've been able to really have a good, opportunity to work with a lot of people that do want to have things a certain way. And their creativity also feeds into mine. And we're able to create really cool stuff, whether that be with clothing brands or with athletes or with you name it. Like I've literally been able to go and touch in with these kind of different relationships and conversations with these people or their teams that have been able to go and create really cool content. I mean, it's fun stuff. I have a really fun job, and at the end of the day, I'm super blessed to be in the position that I am because I know that there'd be 100 other photographers that would be dying to be in the positions that I'm in. So to know that it's me, to know that I, have a standard that I need to uphold within my own values and what I want to do, but also what I represent. Like people are always watching, and I know that for a fact. So to be able to go and make sure that I'm leaving the right, impressions and being intentional with the time that I have with people when I do, it makes a difference. People remember you that way. Okay, you can see my face. Okay, you can see my height. But what? Anyone can pick up a camera. Why are they booking me? Because of who I am.
That's who you are.
I mean, of course, the content
That's
too.
who you are. Boom.
The pics are fire.
These different artists going through that. So that's something that when people join under you, you're going to show them hopefully, the networking skills concept, interaction, people skills, and even providing them with, taking from 0 to literally 50 type jumps because of your connections. We talked about, working with the celebrities and things of that nature. Shout out to John Morant and those individuals that's giving you those opportunities, allowing you to shoot at their AAU events and things of that nature. What about the clothing line? Like that's dope, yo. Like the clothing brand on New York, right? Out there on a big billboard.
What is a girl that's always behind the camera doing on a whole billboard in Times Square? What?
It's a great photo shoot.
Thanks. No, it was done super fast. The company Believe Clothing had reached out and they were doing a Christmas line of clothing and they wanted me to do some modeling for them. I'm like, sure. They're like, if you get it to us fast enough, we can put it in our campaign that we're gonna put in Times Square. And I was like, oh my gosh, I would absolutely love that opportunity. I mean, to obviously, be on the other side of the camera, get some photos taken, that's always fun. But
did they do it right?
I mean, of course, I think they look good. I'm happy with the way they turned out, and it was just so cool. I mean, like seeing it in real time was crazy.
Oh man, that is a tribute, man. I seen when you posted, I was like, wow, like it's like I know her. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, looking at people that you come across, and we're all kind of on that path towards our purpose, and just kind of seeing what the purpose is going to unfold for us. Most importantly, just staying consistent. So you're doing all these things, you're tapping in, they're highlighting your beauty, they're touching on your craft and skills, all that's good stuff. But like as a woman, I know you're big on women empowerment, especially in sports. As a woman, like what are some of the difficulties that you have to deal with growing into this industry? But what is something that keeps you focused, and what other form of motivation or influence that you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about this for 45, the whole hour if we really need to. Being a woman in any kind of male space with whatever career path it is obviously just a challenge in itself. I think that from the time that I started and the way that it is now, it's a lot more accepting. I feel very supported now. Showing up when I was in high school and no one knew who I was, and I was definitely the only girl. Oh my gosh, I mean the stares, the looks, the amount of downplaying that I was even, shown. I mean, I wasn't taken seriously at all. I mean, I'm sure that they look at me now and they're like, dang, I guess I should have taken her seriously, or, she really stuck to the passion because I guess she's still doing the same thing. And I am. And I think that being in the situations that I've been in as a woman has benefits and negative connotations. I think at the same time there's really nothing I can do other than be myself. I can't change the fact of what gender I am. I'm just who I am, and that's all I can be. And so to look at somebody or judge somebody just by their decision of going and taking the career path and it's not the norm is no one's fault. And to be passionate about it, no one should try to take anybody's shine. And I can name 100 times where I know for a fact men have literally gone out of their way to take away my shine just because I'm a woman. Maybe it's because it's me. Maybe it's because they don't like seeing somebody driven and actually getting success out of it. I don't know. I don't think men like confident or intimidating women, but that's okay.
Welcome to the world being black. God dang it. God almighty, man.
A big dog.
Welcome to it, man. Welcome to being black. That's what I tell you. Welcome to being black. That's what we're gonna say. Welcome to that concept. If there's something that I can rock with you outside of your energy and person, it's the relatability, right? You may be white, right? But when you are not just because of your gender, like it correlates with black people being not for their race. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like no win. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes there's no win, and that's just a reality that we all face. But that reality does not have to define the reality that we was made for.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I mean, there's no reason for me to be stopping what I'm doing because of me being a girl. No way. And now in the situation where there are a lot of women in these spaces, just male dominated spaces, and there's more women inclusion. I mean, we've seen so many things jump, like completely make massive changes when allowing women in that field space. I mean, I can name it in almost every single industry where there's been improvements just by being inclusive. I mean, that's why there is these things in line to be able to, integrate many different people into these spaces. It's the same stuff. How's there ever going to be improvements? There never will be.
You're right.
I love being able to go and connect and work with other women that are in just the media space as well, because we share a lot of the same experiences. It may just be, same girl, different font. I mean, and that's really just the case. I mean, there could be somebody all the way across the country, and I have one conversation with them and we could basically relate on everything. It's can be a really crappy situation to be a girl and to be in the sports world, and regardless if it's just someone not taking you seriously or trying to seem like you're someone that you're not, or diminish your value, make up lies. I mean, I hear lies and stories about myself that I didn't even know. I'm just so shocked to hear these things that I apparently did. Apparently, I don't know who that Grace is, but apparently that Grace is off the chain.
Look, it gets real. A lot of people don't know when you're starting to put yourself out there in the forefront and you believe in something that you truly was called and designed for. God tells you in the Bible, he said, I came to remove you of the world, from the world, I should say. Like you're different. He said, I came as light to remove you from the world, remove you from darkness was his exact words. And some people don't realize like the plan that God has for us. Everybody quotes Jeremiah 29:17. I know the plans that I have for you. You can walk in a plan that's not designed for you. And let's say you listen to the noise. Let's say you gave up your focus. Let's say those men or those people derailed you out of your calling, out of your purpose.
I wanted to quit. There's been so many times I wanted to quit.
Right?
100%.
You wouldn't be right here where you're at. You're not doing photos with LaMelo Ball. You're not you're not capturing the moment.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? People will say what is for you will always be. That's a lie too. Because if you continue to walk outside of the path and continue to walk away from what you're called to, if you continue to do it, then you're never going to get what was called for you to do.
Absolutely.
And that's a tribute to you. Yo, man, that's a tribute, girl. Boss man D-Lo.
Boss man Grace.
Boss man Grace. Boss woman Grace.
Boss woman Grace?
Boss
woman Grace.
I don't know.
I don't know. It could be a little duet. I think he'd add me for a feature.
Dave Chappelle used to call people like that the alphabet people. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing against them, but it's like, we can have an exclusive, Grace Sorrell is, coming out. But no, just teasing. Let's cheesing. But more importantly, man, definitely kudos to you and your strength and the ability. I think being in that sports world kinds of help, right? Seeing that competitive energy, right? You said that imposter syndrome, that energy, being around that, your dad, it's just you've had all the ingredients and you're just baking the cake now.
Oh yeah, and it's not been a situation where I'm always around men too. Like I had the opportunity to work with the women's basketball team and had the time of my life around a bunch of girls and be able to be completely respected and admired and appreciated for the work that I was getting for them and capturing those moments. And last season I covered practically literally all of their home games.
I need tickets. What's up? Like, need
Let me
media
see what I
person.
can do.
Yeah, I
Let me see what I can
mean, we
do.
need to
I'm
just.
sure you got all the next, you know,
I
no, I mean, they just have such an incredible
Yeah.
culture, and to experience that, work alongside these girls, and share some of their experiences. Obviously, I was working with Lay before she even got to South Carolina, so even just
Who's like?
Lay,
Who's that?
do we need an introduction?
For the virus, there's millions and millions of people out to watch.
Well, why
Yeah,
Lee?
I know who that is, but the millions and millions. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I mean, she's starting to blow up Malaysia. I mean, Keenan product. Yeah, I know that Coach Norris down there, man. Coach Norris breeds defense. So we're not gonna. Malaysia got to play some better defense, man. You got Coach Norris and them boys down there, but. Man, you got Steph Curry rocking your shirt and LeBron James rocking your shirt. You know what I'm saying? You starting to make a little noise. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
she's an incredible one. I'm so glad to
Yeah.
experience and be around her for her journey into high school to college, and she'll
Yeah.
just continue to go on and strive and
Yeah.
be incredible. I'm not even worried in the slightest about her.
Wherever she
She's
goes.
got it going on, and the last thing I'm even worried about is to not see, you know, her all across billboards and
Yeah.
shining across the WNBA in a few short years. It's
Yeah.
gonna be so exciting.
Somebody like, but having somebody like you possibly in her ear every now and then, whenever you get the opportunity, can help be guidance, right? That
Yeah.
woman showing her, you know, giving her a perspective, right? You kind of relate with, you know, what is it going to be like for her? She'll have a lot of different voices, but you know, I've come to learn that, you know, the people that remember you in your organic and natural form before you start developing your craft, you know, those are the people that you want to kind of stay close to because they're going to kind of remind you and keep you close to your core center being. But you know, you got the internship and things going on. Tell us a little more about that. The summer's coming. How can people apply? Where can they look up? You know, what all are you going to be doing? Can you just touch into that a little bit, or is
Of
that
course. So I just closed my application for
okay?
the internship for the summer.
Okay.
But I'm looking at for fall before the school semester starts, maybe around August, September, going and opening up a bunch of different internships opportunities
Okay.
for in person or remote. So definitely be on my page looking, either via my website or just I'll definitely post about it.
Where can they follow you at?
Shot with Grace
Shot with Grace
on all platforms.
on all platforms.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I definitely want to be able to give other creatives an opportunity to learn, to grow in whatever field that may be. And it won't just be a specific type of internship where you're only doing photo, video, or social media. You're going to get bits and pieces of all things. I think it's so important to be collaborative and to work with a team. And so the fact that I'm actually able to build a team is something I'm so excited about doing. I think that being able to work collaboratively with other creative people and bring in different ideas and perspectives will be able to be such a rewarding thing to be able to see. I think that this will probably be a huge pivotal step in my career moving forward, is being able to go and learn. And I mean, I've obviously done this for a really long time now, but I know for a fact the more people that I have around me, I'm only going to continue to grow more. I think there's so much value in learning and teaching. And so just as much as I'll be teaching them, I will also be learning from them. So it's gonna be really exciting. I'm real excited to farm this up and do it right. I think that, you know, getting the right people around you is so important, and I really want to give these people opportunities. I know that when I was starting out, I wasn't necessarily given a lot of opportunities. I had to go and get opportunities, which is still completely fine. I think that going and being, you know, driven to find these things is also vital and be successful. But at the same time, I know how easy it can be to put people in these spots. So why not do it? Why would I not? Why would I want to hinder somebody else's success? I don't believe in thinking that, you know, having issues or beef with other people in this industry, because I mean, within every industry there's obviously drama, but there's such a no about having, you know, animosities or feelings about other media people, and I just can't seem to find a reason why. Because at the end of the day, every person is different. The services they provide for clients are different. Them as a person is different than me. And the reason why I book the clients that I do is because of me, period. At the end of the day, they wouldn't book me if they didn't want me, right? There's 100 other people in the city alone that I'm in, let alone when I travel around, that do the exact same thing I do. So to be able to go and support somebody else is not a no-brainer. To somebody younger than me that has the same goals, ambition, I look into their eyes and I see that have that same spark in it. Why would I want to stop them? And I can name 100 reasons why grown adults try to stop me from being successful.
When I was in college.
Look at me now. Look at me now. And it's only up, right?
I mean,
it's only people say it's only up, but you've got the ingredients to go up.
of course.
Right. And if you have a flatline moment, it's a pause moment, but it's up.
It
You know what I'm
happens.
saying?
Of course. Life happens.
It does happen.
There's definitely been times where I'm not as focused or things that have been my viewpoint rather than my career. I was in a relationship for 1.5 years, and that was my priority over work.
Gotcha.
And I'm so glad that I experienced that because it allowed me to shift my focus and see what it was like when I didn't pour all of my time into, wanting to shoot and edit and connect. I wanted to spend time with my boyfriend. I wanted to focus on other things. And it showed me that as I progress into my career and as I grow older, that there will definitely be times and spaces where I won't be as dedicated in my craft. I plan to start a family one day. I plan to go and be in a serious relationship and to give my partner some my time, my love, and my energy. And so my career can definitely be put on a pause or a standstill to let my priorities and be shifted into things that are passionate to me. So I find myself really thankful for the things that I've been able to experience so far in my career, whether that be the good and the bad. And it's been real bad. Like I said, I've really wanted to quit. There's been 100 reasons where I could just be like, no, this is not sustainable. I'm not going to be able to live off of this. I'm not treated fairly. I'm not booking anything. I'm in college. Why would I stop? And then I connect and I meet with the people that I take photos for from all demographics. It doesn't matter if you're an NBA All-Star or you're a kid at an AU tournament who's probably not going to get recruited and may never play basketball outside of his middle school or high school, that they're both receiving photos and they're sitting there with so much gratitude and excitement because it's such a cool photo of them. And it's the same thing. Doesn't matter.
You show a lot of grace, obviously. Grace. You're showing a lot of grace, and to give people those opportunities means a lot. Says a lot about your character. I believe everybody's genuine purpose is in some form of contributing to somebody else, to others. Mothers give it to kids give it to toys. Fathers try to give it to everybody. But I think we're living in a world where it's becoming very selfish, and we're forgetting that knack. Like nobody wants to help nobody, right? Everything is get it out the mud. But at what point can we get it out the mud, at least where you're out the mud, where you can at least give somebody the right shoes to walk through the mud, the right direction to get to these things? It's a fear of, if I let you into my space, then I've lost it all, right? It's like, how do you maintain a confidence like that? Because I know some people are so self-guarded that they will not give opportunities to anybody else, because it's like, if I give you this opportunity, then I lose out on this opportunity.
I'll lose out on this opportunity. Continue.
That's dope. I believe you multiplying your fruit. It says in the Bible, judge a fruit by its tree, or judge a tree by its fruit. Ultimately, the individual is judged by its character, and who you are as a symbolization. Now, we can give false narratives. Everybody who gives your first impression isn't an authentic first impression, because we can give false narrative or stay in honeymoon phases. But once you start going through the hard times, trials and tribulation, it talks about that in Romans, about what trials and tribulations produce. Nobody likes trials and tribulation. Everybody believes they're supposed to be happy and enjoying ourselves, and everything's supposed to be up. Sex, money, love, joy, happiness, partying, fun, drinking, this, that. All those things are good things to a degree. But if you stay in it so much, it takes away your focus, your drive, your passion, your purpose, your identity, your mental, your time, your energy. So it has to be a balance. So even hearing you speak about what you want for your future, as a person that says they have an identity and a direction and understands with that identity, she's self-reflecting, know that at times, for me to be a great wife or a great mother, I'm going to have to put certain things on the back burner. Some women, not just women, I will say, but a lot of women, because of maybe pain in life or hurt, lead and use their career and money as if it's the end all be all. But I believe there's a part of you that still, you want love. You want it. You're afraid of it, but you want it. But then to stay in a safety control aspect, what you're going to do is focus, career, money. But then you're neglecting your friends. Then you're neglecting the other things that actually helps you go towards maybe your calling and purpose. And to hear you saying This is what I want. Be aware of this, and that. Just says a lot to the testament of your growth and development. So I just wanted to shout that out to you for that. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? If you had the choice of deciding when you would take that direction, you know, do you have a number? Do you have an idea, a point of reference of like when you would slow down for a little bit to focus on this? Or are you in that season right now where you're going to just try to maximize every fucking
I
thing?
mean, I'm young. I mean, if I'm not in a serious thing right now, why would I
Yeah.
stop? This is not that time frame. Right
Gotcha.
now, it's definitely not that time frame.
She's
What-
off limits, ladies, right? I mean, then like, you know,
Sorry, guys.
do what you do, but
This is the love right now. You
Yeah.
just have to understand. Whoever's
Yeah.
supposed to be my man will understand my love.
that's
So
right.
thank you.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
bars. Ooh.
But no, I think that it will happen when it needs to. Like I said, I think that it'll probably happen in sometime in my 20s
Yeah,
and 30s. Maybe it won't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
Whoever is supposed to be the person I'm supposed to end
Mhm.
with will come at the time that is needed.
Yeah.
And so I'm not even worried or concerned when that time happens of, you know, will it be right or is it the right time or what about my career? No, because when it's the right person, they'll understand my ambitions and my time that I had to put into what I
Yeah.
built. So relationships come and go, regardless if it's friends or a partner.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta take it to the chin. You gotta be able to
Got
keep on
to.
moving, and you know, regardless of things outcome, you just gotta be you. And so right now, I'm just being me.
Man, that is dope, man. Like, so what's the future like? You've got the classes coming up. I think me and you'll possibly see each other Sunday
Yes, yes.
at the festival. So we'll look forward to seeing that as it's I tell people all the time when you start tapping in a certain world, like it becomes like you start seeing similar circles, like, you know,
Oh
see
yeah.
us
The
grow.
more you get in the circle, the smaller the circle
Yeah,
gets.
like we're running across similar events, similar things. You know, I think we'll always value, you know, getting brought on stage moment will
Oh,
be
come
our
on.
strongest.
I mean,
and-
our first interaction is
Yeah.
unmatched. I mean,
Yeah.
how can anyone say, like, oh, I met this person because I was on stage with Shaq at this concert?
Yeah.
Oh, how did y'all meet? Class?
Yeah, right.
That's like
Yeah. It's definitely out the norm. You know what I'm saying?
definitely out the norm. It's memorable. You can't
Yeah.
forget that.
Never
Never
forget
ever.
So it's definitely yeah, man, that is crazy. So man, you get ready to go into what's coming up for you this summer outside of the schooling thing? Is there anything else that you got going? Any other
Yeah.
projects
I
to
mean,
look forward
there's
to?
always things rolling.
Gotcha.
I'm actually at the first time in my career like turning down shoots where I'm too booked. It's surreal. Like I don't even like
Wow.
comprehend it in my brain where I'm actually like turning things down. Because if you hit me up, I would literally shoot it. Like
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm available, you're not, you know, hundreds of miles away, or
Yeah.
you know, I can't for whatever reason do it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going. I mean,
Yeah.
what do I have to lose? I mean, I love doing what I do. So when you're passionate about it, I mean, sure, why would I not go and do it? And it doesn't matter what kind of content it is.
Yeah.
Obviously, sports is my favorite, but
Yeah.
I also enjoy doing portraits and graduation photos or birthday photo shoots or clothing brand things. Like my interest in my creativity doesn't stop
Gotcha.
because of sports. I still am a creator at the end of the day. My brain works that way. I
Yeah.
want to be involved in spaces because that's what I love to do.
Yeah.
Music video, sure, that sounds fun. Going to this festival on Sunday, sure, that sounds like a great time too.
Yeah.
They wanted me to do interviews. I used to do interviews for another company.
Yeah.
They want me in front of the camera, sure.
Yeah.
Why limit myself?
Why?
Why would I limit myself now that I know that I've been on an ad in Times Square? My face, not my work. My work, not or my face being on the ad before my work is crazy.
Yeah.
I had to think about
The
that.
sky's the limit.
Absolutely.
It's we're here capturing the moment, you know what I'm saying? Taking
what
it,
you
you know
did
what I'm saying? We're capturing many moments I've had thankful, you know, you can't cover everything. So knowing that you're having a team, I tell people all the time, you want to get somewhere fast, right? You're in that season, go by yourself.
Mm.
If you want to get somewhere far, go with a team. Because the team always help push you. People don't see the behind the scenes. My camera guys, my producers, like there's so much more that goes into it than just this. You know, I want to shout them out more than I can enough because like the conversations we have, it's like you have to have a thick skin. You have to be okay with criticism, but you got to know where it's coming from. Like you have to understand who you are as a person and then who you're attracting into your life. and understand that those people mean well, you know what I'm saying, in so many different ways. So having him, Jamar, and Akil means a lot to me in a lot of different ways, because even though I may be, right here, my face, right? It was them believing in the vision, giving me the opportunity, and we've just been capturing the moment. And then what they do, traveling sports, y'all come across each other, the photography world, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to I Am Royalty, one of our other peoples, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of networking going on. And I can say between you, them, and I Am Royalty, I can say between those three individuals.
Let us sneeze. You're good. You're good. You're good. I can be like, coming.
Yeah, see that way. You see them here.
He saw me turn that way. He saw me turn that way.
It's given opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of grace and a lot of opportunity. Life is about, you never know the opportunities that you're going to get with people. And life is about memories. So it's about the fingerprints that we leave on people. We can say the memory, but a fingerprint, is almost like something that you can't remove. It's like the Hollywood star, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the fingerprints that we leave on people is the things that people mostly remember us by. Mm-hmm. So, I chose and choose not to do a lot of different things, because I choose to leave an impression that I know at someday that when my life ends, people are going to remember me by a lot of things. And some people are not going to like me, but if you hurt more people are not going to like you, and it'll show in the time of need. So, is there anything you want to shout out? Anybody you want to speak? Holla at?
I mean, I can thank her, shout out so many people. Yeah. I've had such an incredible time connecting and working with people. Yeah. I think that the value of relationships are so strong. It's all about who you know. It's all about leaving those lasting memories, like you said, the fingerprints. When you leave and interact with somebody, I'm sure you can think about just us two, meaning, you leave your impact on people. Yeah. And so my goal always, whenever I'm working with somebody, is to make sure that I'm impressionable. I want to make sure you remember me. Yeah. I want to make sure that you see me having a good time at the shoot. Like, I love what I do. Why would I not want to bring that energy to the shoot? Sure, you'll see me at an AAU event, like, shimmy my shoulders to a song that I like, or I'm posing for a photo on the baseline, or you see me hanging out and talking with players and coaches, because I love what I do, and I love being able to connect and see people that I've seen me in other places, cities. They've also seen my journey. Yeah. Why would I not want to go and cherish and remember those moments with people? It's so important. The relationship aspect of what I do is a large factor of why I do what I do. It's so much fun. I don't want to be in a space ever where I don't think I would thrive in a space ever if I was just like solely editing or like solely behind the scenes. I'm an extrovert. Yeah. I talk to a wall. If you leave me here alone, I'd sit here and just look at the camera and just go to town, just talking to myself. So I'm good. I'm good in that world. But to be able to go and at least use his voice for the better, why would I not? Yeah. I think there's definitely something in my near future. Something I want to do is to get into more public speaking, to get into rooms where I at least can use my experiences and what I can confidently speak on, because I do this all the time, and share that with other people.
Yeah, that's ultimately what I want to do. That's the end goal. I want to be able to I want to do this, give this space to people, but speak to people. What I'm saying, and get paid for it, honestly. But go around and share experience, especially with what I've been through in my life. So, man, it was definitely a pleasure having you on here, man.
Glad I got to do it.
Oh man, before your fees go up or whatnot. But man, like I said, man, y'all be sure to go follow, man. If y'all stay tuned, man, you go follow her on Instagram, on all social media platform at Grace Sorrell, or Shot with Grace.
Yes.
Yes. And so follow her. She's got applications coming up. Like I said, you go do those things. Be sure to go subscribe and check out any other footage as well from AK4K Productions, my media team that's done a lot for us. And stay in tune with Scrapbook Promo. We've got some things coming up with on that page. That is my more promotional page. We've got some things going on with that. So be sure to, like, subscribe, hit that bell for that notification button so you can get all the updates and things that are going like that for her and myself. And if you liked it, man, check out the next video that we have coming up, or any of the videos that you see down at the bottom of the screen, and we can continue there, man. It was Journey of Purpose. Like I said, we're here on our journey towards our purpose, and we were here with Grace Sorrell, capturing many moments from different angles. Peace.
Bye.